Hello, hello, hello. It's another Tuesday. Man, they come around fast. And I have got two super, super cute cards to create for you today. I hope you've got a pen and some paper, and then you can watch along too, take notes, take measurements. I hope I give you some ideas. And we'll play and create some cards. But first of all, I wanted to show you how the new stamp packaging comes. So this is the clamshell packaging that our stamps used to come in. But from November 1st, all stamps are now going to be the clear stamps, no longer the red rubber stamps. It's due to a rubber shortage, apparently. And so they're going to come like this, which I am super stinking excited about because they take up so much less space. Love that. The image is huge on the front, so that makes it nice and easy to see them. They, as I said, they're clear polymer. You're still going to get the sheet that gives you the image on the front. It'll tell you how many are in that set, and then they're sandwiched between the two pieces of plastic, just like they were when they were inside the clamshell case. So I absolutely love it. I'm going to take mine out from between the paper and just leave it at the back of the envelope, and then the envelopes just fold in just like that. It means that they're so much lighter to take to an event and carry around. They're easy to flick through. I tend to organize my stamps by season, so I'll have fall, Halloween, and Christmas and winter snowy ones all in a box, and then birthdays and maybe weddings, a new baby, and any other holidays in another box. I would do all my florals and trees and leaves in another box. So it makes it nice and easy to organize them. But I am loving this new way of storing them. So all clear from now on. You know, I'm used to having all clear. So I have found it a challenge with some of the red rubber stamps just because I'm not used to it. For the last 20 years, I've used clear stamps. So to go to a red rubber stamp has been more of a challenge for me. I really do like the clear polymer stamps, and that's the way we're going. So actually, talking of polymer stamps, this is what we're using today. We're going to use the beautiful motifs. I've used it before, and so I thought it was time to create another card. And I'm going to create a card based on a card that I taught at my coffee shop class last night, and but I'm going to give you a different version of it. So the original card that I made was this card here, which is super pretty. I really like it. It says celebrate. It has some of the 6x6 paper, which I have put down safe. You know what I'm like. I've been up to my ears in cutting. So this paper, you'll find it in the book. If I can find the cardstock before the end of the paper before the end of the class, I'll share it with you. But I trimmed this down, so I'm going to do another version of this card because obviously we decorated up the front. Super pretty. My bow is a little bit on the chonky side, so we'll just open them out a little bit. I like fat bows, and I cannot lie, right? Or maybe we'll make him a little bit smaller. I don't know. We need to do something with him. There we go. So I'm going to make another version of this card, and we're going to do it as we go. As always with Sarah, we're going to make it up as we go along. So this is one of the thin cuts that comes in the beautiful motif dies. So it's this one here, as you can see. Again, this is one of the dies that I've used many, many times because it's one of my faves. You also know that. The colours of ink, Calypso Coral and Old Olive. And I need to obviously slow down because I'm talking way too fast. Blending brush, just for a change. Shocker, I know. So go round and round in circles, always. Tap and then go round in a circle just to make sure you haven't got any high spots that have that ink. And then again, we're going round in a circle. So always think of circles when you're doing something like this. You're going to get a nice soft image. Again, round and round in circles to pick it up. Tap, tap, go round just to make sure you can see actually a couple of long swipes. I've obviously got a couple of longer bristles in this brush that create that effect. So I want a nice soft look. If you want to, you can build up more color. Tap, tap, and swirl. Can you see how much? And even in the speckled effect, you can see those longer bristles pick up that ink. And you can make this as dark or as light as you like. I like that. So we've got a little bit of a darker area, got a bit of a lighter area going on. I'm happy with that. All right, using this same color ink, we are going to use the this beautiful damask image. This reminds me of like that damask wallpaper, that flock wallpaper that you used to get years ago, okay, when it was fashionable. Right, so my base, let's come up with some base pieces for a start. So this is the base of my card. It is 4.25 or 4 1/4, okay, by 6 3/4, so 6.75. So for my Japanese friends, that's Yonten Nigo Kokero Rokoten Nanago Dozo. Okay, and I have scored it 1.25 inches from the top. Okay, so Ichiten Nigo, so 1 1/4 inches. All right, I'm going to take my green ink, so same color green ink. Okay, and because you can see through them, I'm going to bring my stamped image, and you can see I just came off a little bit up to that fold, and then again we're going to do another one like that, and then I'm going to do the same this side. Sorry, I'm probably going to get my fat head in the camera. There we go. Love a clear stamp. Love it. I love everything about this. Okay, I'm going to wipe it just to make sure I've got no ink on it. I will clean that in a minute. Okay, isn't that pretty? I love this effect. Now, if you wanted to, we can come in with this blending brush. Now, it's going to give us a different look to the what, Sarah? To a sponge dauber. It's going to give, because this is the larger one, there is a smaller one, which you could also do it with. You can see the difference in the sizes, right? So it's going to give a bigger area. When you do it with a sponge dauber, it literally just gets it on the edge. These brushes, because these bristles are a little bit firmer, it's, sorry, not a bit firmer, a bit softer, the total opposite, right? You're going to get, you can see it comes onto it. Now, you can see I've done all the way around the edge. Another way you can do it, put it down on your cardstock and just come in a little bit. And again, it's just going to soften that edge, which I absolutely love. Actually, I like that because it adds a little bit more ink. You know me, I like my inky edges. If it's not scissor distressed, then it's ink distressed, right? One or the other. Take your pick. Take your pick, people. And I'm going to do a giveaway tonight. I'm actually going to give away this card that I made last night, okay? So make sure that you like this video. Make sure that you share this video. And make sure you tell me in the comments that you have shared this video. If you don't tell me in the comments that you've shared it, then I cannot add you to the list of giveaways because I can't see. Okay, so I love that. Look how pretty that looks. And if I put it on the white paper where it's clean, you can really see how pretty that edge is. All right, beauteous. Let's close this one up. Okay, I thought I had a tab, but no, we're gonna have to just make one. I have the same pieces that I used last night, but I'm going to take my old scissors and we are going to just brush with the scissors and just scuff up those edges to give that distressed look. This is antique looking paper, so it's absolutely perfect for this technique because it gives it that you know, rustic antique look. Now you could also edge distress it. Instead of doing it in the green, I could have picked either basic beige or crumb cake. Those would have been really, really pretty. Hi Fiona. I'm busy looking at what I'm doing and not on my screen. So if you commented, please tell me where you're watching from. Say hello. I love to know where everybody's watching from. We get such a mixture of people from around the world. Helen's usually watching from the UK. We've got people watching from just up the street or here in Michigan. I have people in Japan watching. I have people in Australia watching. And it's so cool. I'm going to give you all these paper piece sizes. Hi, Vanessa. In just a minute. So don't panic. Make sure you've got your pen and paper, and I will give you that information in just a second when I've just scuffed up these edges. All right, please hold. Last piece. All right, nearly done. I'm nearly done. Okay, so I'm going to give away that pretty little card. It is so pretty. So like and share, and then tell me you've shared. All right, so it's going to be pretty obvious where all the pieces are going to go, right? I told you it was a cute and easy little card, so I'm just going to use my Tombow liquid glue. I love this stuff. It gives you some wiggle room when you're gluing it down. So we're just going to attach that to the top edge like so. Okay, I'm going to attach the paper. Oops. It's alive, it lives. Okay, let's attach the papers. And just put a skinny line. You can see I'm not using very much. Oh, that is so pretty. I love this paper. It's 6x6 paper, and you can see I've trimmed it down. It's two-sided, so this side had big roses on it, and then I've got the oh, what's it called? Calypso coral themed paper, the damask paper, which matches or coordinates with this stamp set beautifully. It really does. Okay, here are my roses. So, I was going to give you the paper piece sizes. So these are 4.25 by 1.25. So 4 1/4 by 1 1/4. Ichi-ten ni go kokeru, yon-ten ni go dozo. And you need 2 sets. They're both exactly the same. This piece of green cardstock is 4 by 2 1/2, and this piece is 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. So yon inches kokeru ni ten go, and this is sunten nanago kokeru ni ten ni go dozo. Arigato, aishiteru. Okay, got it? Everybody good with that? They're like, wait, what? You can rewatch the video, people. Don't panic. You can see what a skinny layer of adhesive I'm putting on here. And we're just going to center that. So on most cards, not the next card, but this card, each piece is a 1/4 or 1/4 or 0.25 0.10 ni go inches different, smaller or larger of your main piece. Okay, this is where the fun is going to start. So let's find some 3D foam tape, as you do. Right. Let's use skinny. I'm good with skinny today. And what I'm also going to do is we're going to do that. All right. And we're going to do a strip like that. And we're going to use some of this edge up. I'm very excited that the annual awards just came out. And I was in the top 100. I was 132nd, I think, in the company for overall stats, which I am beyond excited about. Beyond excited. Okay, so I'm putting this top and bottom, as you can see. Ta-da! Right, we're going to take the back off. Okay. I am going to lie that, make sure the patterns go in the right way for a start. So let's, yes, there's like a zigzaggy and there's a zigzaggy there. So we've got those right. That's a technical term, okay? And then I'm going to stick this, make sure it hasn't moved. Okay. Let's line it up. There we go. And then we're going to put this piece here like that. And now we have a floating card. How cool is that? Okay, so you can still stand it up. We love that. Absolutely love that. And you're going to say, well, Sarah, what about your leaf? How is that going to? Well, I'm going to come across and I'm going to actually attach it here, here, and here, and here. Okay, again with the little dots of adhesive. And this is why I wanted to, I'm making sure I get those ends. This is why I wanted to what, Sarah? To get the graduation of the ink. Okay, I know I'm glitching really badly today and I apologize. It's been like this all day. Actually, it was worse earlier. It's all stress, I know. Just bear with me. You're used to it, right? You're like, when are you not glitching, Sarah? Oh, I love that. I love that. Okay, we need a little bit of cardstock to do a sentiment on. Do I have a sentiment? I thought I did. Yes, I have the word celebrate. Let's do celebrate. I like that. Okay, so let's do a piece that's about, I don't know, let's do 1/2 inch. Ooh, that's pretty darn skinny. Let's make it a little bit bigger than that. Let's do 0.75. I like that. Now on my card last night, I actually did what? I actually pre-cut it, and this one I haven't. But hey, let's do this with a let's do this anyway. Right, so Calypso Coral, just gently. My ink pad is exceptionally wet, so we do not want to batter it to death. We're going to kiss it, not hit it. Okay, so you can just touch and then just touch. Isn't that pretty? I love the font on this set, I really do. This is the this, and it has really nice words. Thank you for everything. Hello, Just a Note. We love Just a Note. Thinking of you, celebrate. You've been on my mind. I'm always here for you. Okay, I really like that. So let's just, let's. Okay, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have had a phone call. Okay, I apologize if that affected the video. I can't. I hope it didn't come across on the video. Okay, I do have it on Do Not Disturb, but it's not working apparently. I apologize if it keeps freezing the video. Right, let's just ink this very quickly and do a little bit of ink distressing on the edges. Like so. Look how pretty that looks. Okay, I'm hoping that you can still hear me. Could you just give me a thumbs up if you can still hear me and the sound is still working on this? I hope it is. Can somebody just do that? I apologize for the, oh, it is. Oh, good. Thank you. I am also hoping that you didn't hear any of the video of the phone call that came in. It's, I know it's very distracting. And like I said, I have it on Do Not Disturb, so I don't know why it came through. So my apologies for that. And I'm just going to keep going with this card. Okay, so let's do this. Right, so I already have tied my bow and I've got another matching bow and we're going to do it. And again, I have some chunky bows. We have some really large bows right now. So let's just do that. And then we are going to, see, I need my Stampin' Up scissors. These scissors are my distressing scissors and they do not like cutting ribbon first time. So let me just use these. I'll get a nice cut with my Stampin' Up scissors. Okay, beautiful. Just get that out the way. All right, we're going to put that on the bottom so it looks like it's on top of the stem of the leaf. This is what crazy phone calls do to Sarah's brain. This is why Sarah's brain is like Sarah's brain. This is it, but that's okay. Hang on. So let me take my glue dots. I like to fold it back and then I know my next glue dot is going to be there. And then I leave that stuck to it and then I know that, oh, my glue dot is gone from there, so my next one is going to be here. And again, I fold it back. And there we go. Let's add that to that. And then let's add some pearls because I love these pearls. Okay, so let's add a few of these antique pearls. Oh, I just peeled. Oh, that is off. That is right. And then we'll just add a couple of little pearls just to add a little bit of shimmer and shine to there. There we go. So look how cute that is. Isn't that pretty? So that Calypso Coral picks up the color in the paper. The green is obviously in the paper and it opens like that. Isn't that pretty? And as I say, because it's a floating card, it just sits there beautifully. What do you think about it? Give me some thumbs or give me some love if you like our first card. And that was that one. And I will clean that in just a minute. Okay, so let me move this. And then I'm going to show you another card. Because I told you it was a 2-card tonight. You get extra cards, all the cards, right? Do you love that card? So as I say, one person is going to get my original example. I'm going to mail that out. So make sure that you tell me that you're watching this video. No, so like the video, share the video, tell me you've shared the video. You have to tell me you shared. Okay, so the next one, I'm going to move this out of the way and I'll bring this back on right at the end so you can see. I'll remind you again. We are going to use this new set. It's called Seasonal Tags, and it's got a little tree in it, and it has this branch, and this branch is the one I'm using tonight. It's got Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and you've got, what I really like is you've got the different fonts. So if you want a very contemporary, you could do Happy Christmas or Merry Christmas in this very, it almost reminds me of a typewriter, or you could do the very scripts and have a very more elegant look to your card. You have a few little stars, you have some little berries that you could use. So you could do green branches with little red berries. That would be super fun. What I also like is to and from, so you can use it on a tag. And so, of course, it's called Seasonal Tags. Right. So I have already put my Merry Christmas on a block ready to go. And I have my pine branch as well. But I thought we would do some different colors. I'm going to use some of the paper from Peaceful Garden. Okay, and I really like this color at the back. This is such a soft, almost like a watercolor effect with the plaid design, and I just think it's gorgeous. I really do. If you remember, I shared with you my Peaceful Garden scrapbook class a couple of weeks ago. It's right here. Now this is the page 1. So using the doves, and again, here's that paper in the background. Isn't that pretty? And then side 2. And I used the paper that comes with the stickers, okay, so that I could add those journaling spots to create that layout. So that's this paper. So it's called Peaceful Garden. All right, so I have my card base, my white card base. This is basic beige. This is the color of this cardstock. If you want the reference number, it is 164511. So 164511 is the reference number for basic beige, and I bought it in the 8.5 by 11 because it's perfect for cards. So that is obviously the same size as the card base. So it's 5.5 by 4.25. Okay, so that's the size of the card front. So it's just going to cover that white card base. Could I do this card base in the basic beige? Yes, but then I would put a white center on the inside, because I do like a white center. I'm not a colored cardstock girl when it comes to writing on it. Okay, I haven't quite got that straight. Okay, there we go. And then this piece is 1/4 inch smaller. So this one is 5.25 by 4 inches. So 5.25 by 4. Go to Nigo Kokero Yon Inches Dozo. All right. And again, we're just going to glue that down. I like to do this line that comes into the center and then go around the edge. And yes, I would use my tape runner, but it is buried under a pile of cardstock. Shocker. I know. All right. Note before I stick that down. Well saved, Sarah. Somewhere on here is my ribbon. I wanted to attach, and the nice thing about this is because you're only putting skinny layers on it, it doesn't matter if you pull it up. So as long as you do it quickly, I wanted to add some of this gold ribbon to the edge. Put that one down, try and get it straight, and then I'm just going to tuck this other end underneath it. Ta-da! Oops, straight would be really good. Now usually I would put a line of the tape adhesive behind the paper. Sarah, you're making life very difficult for yourself. There we go. Now, of course, I've got glue on my hands. There, right. Okay, so attach your ribbon to your card. So usually I would use my tape runner, run a line of adhesive, attach the glue to the back, the ribbon to the back of the paper, and then stick the paper to the cardstock. There. Dang it, kids. They have thrown me for a complete loop. All right, here we go. I have a piece of tan cardstock. This piece is 4 3/8 by 3 3/8. So the 1/8 is halfway between a quarter and a half. Okay, where's my paper trimmer, and I will show you up close and personal. Right, so we've got 4 1/16, 4 1/8, 4 3/16, 4 1/4, 4 5/16, 5 4 3/8. So there is the 3/8. So it's halfway between the half and a quarter. So it's 4 3/8 by 3 3/8. So the half and the quarter are the longest lines, the 8ths are the next lines, and the 16ths are the shortest lines. Okay, hope that makes sense. So this is 4 3/8 by 3 3/8, and that's why I wanted to lay it on my mat so that you could see that it is halfway between the quarter and half-inch lines. Okay, all right, so my white piece is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. So that means that I'm going to get a really, really skinny border. So I just get a 1/16 of an inch border. Okay, so it's a nice skinny border that you've got there. I'm going to just rough up these edges before I go any further. Oh, wrong scissors. I'm not going to use my good scissors for that. And I'm going to stick the brown piece down before I go any further because it's going to sit on top of that ribbon. Okay. All right, let's get this done. So you get an insight into my crazy life. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay. There. Like that. Okay, so now for the fun stuff. We are going to take this piece of white cardstock. So this was the 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And I'm going to use 3 colors of ink. I'm going to use Basic Beige, which is the color that we used. I'm going to use Pecan Pie, which is the brown that we used. And I'm also going to use Cloud Cover. So Cloud Cover is the new color that you can't buy in the full size ink pad. You can only get it in these itty bitty little stamping spots. Okay, this came in a set of 5 different colors, and this is one of the colors of the set of 5 stamping spots. Unfortunately, there is a production issue between the ink reacting with the foam and the ink pad, so you can't buy the full size ink pads, but we can get it in this miniature one, which I absolutely love. It did come in one of the kits as well, one of the card kits, so you may already have it in that. All right, so let me find my example so I can remember where I put where, what, and where, which is always good. All right, so here we go. We're going to start with the darkest color, okay? And we're going to start with, this is Pecan Pie. And we're just going to stamp 5 branches, and I'm just rotating my cardstock like so. All right, I know it looks a mess. Just trust the process. Trust the process. I'm now going to come in with my basic beige, which has this kind of bluey tint to it, which is really rather nice. Okay, it's like this grey, blue, browny colour. It's okay. I like it. I really do like it. It's not a true beige. It's kind of got a greeny blue tint to it. And now we're going to come in with the ink spot, and we're going to come in and just fill in any spaces. And I know this looks odd, but again, trust the process. Some of these I'm going to take out right to the corner. But I love this combination. And you're going to say, Sarah, that looks an absolute mess. And I may need some more, but I have another piece of cardstock which is going to come over the center. Yes, that is perfect. I love it. Love, 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 love. Right, simple as that. Okay, simple as that. So let's put this piece down. No, yes, let's put this piece down. And I'll give you the paper piece sizes for the others. Now you can see I've got 3 layers for the next layer. Okay. So you've just got that little hint of brown. I didn't want there to be much brown because it would be too heavy, being such a dark color. But I love that. And again, I'm leaving that like that because I know it looks a mess right now, but you'll be able to see it. So the easiest way to do this pecan pie piece is 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. So 1 1/4 by 2 3/4. 1.75 by 2.75. Ichi 10 nanago, kokoro ni 10 nanago. Okay, this piece is 1 7/8 by 2 7/8. Okay, 1 7/8 by 2 7/8. So again, I get that really skinny border. And then this is 1 5/8. Sorry, 1 5/8 by 2 5/8. So literally, I'm going to point with the end of my scissors so that you can see it. The piece sizes are the 5/8, the 3/4, and the 7/8. 5/8, 3/4, sorry, 5/8, 3/4, and then 7/8. So you can see you just get that little bit of a difference between the 3 sizes. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Okay, let's just whiz around these super quickly and edge distress them. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. We'll stick this piece to this piece before I go any further, so it gets rid of some of the pieces. Okay. All right. This I'm going to attach with 3D foam tape when I can find it, seeing as I just put it down. Okay. Oh, these are some skinny ones. Doesn't matter. They work just as well. We just need a few more. So let's just whiz along here and use some of these. Don't forget to put them in the middle. We don't want sag. We have this conversation every week. No sag, right? This is a sag-free zone. So at least 1 in the middle. Ooh, stuck to the back of my finger. Okay, let's get this down before I put the next layer on. Okay, this just gets this out of the way. My house is covered in little white pieces of backing tape. Is anybody else the same or just me? You're going to say just you, Sarah. And you can, I'm going to center this, but if your stamping was further to one side, or you're like, ooh, I really like this look, or I really like that look, you can alter it, but I just centered it because I think that looks really pretty. Okay, I know we've already edge distressed this, and I'm going to come in with that cloud cover ink again. And yes, of course you can stamp a big stamp. You just need to wiggle it backwards and forwards to make sure you get a really good ink coverage. Okay. All right, and I can, oh, hang on. It's because I've been edge distressing and I've got a piece of paper in it. There we go. And the fact that it's clear, you can see through it, and perfect placement, like just like that, like there. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas. I love it. And we're going to pop this one up as well. 1, 2, oops. One in the middle, one in the there, and one there. Okay. All right. We're going to put that there, like that. And then again, I'm going to use these same antique pearls because they are just so pretty. And oh, this piece of paper stuck to that one. Shocker, I know. You could use those little dots that I showed you on the stamp set to decorate some of the pine branches, but to be honest with you, on this card it doesn't need it. But look how pretty that is. Here's another one I made, and I used again one of the other papers that comes in the Peaceful Garden paper, and it has that very blue smoky mottled background. So now you have two different versions of exactly the same card. You can see on this one I took the images further out to the edge. This one I've kept them more in the center. So again, giving you two different looks using the same stamps, the same inks, the same paper suite of the DSP, the Designer Series paper, but just a totally different look. So I hope you have liked these little cards that I've created. Two versions of the same card on both cards. I hope you like them. And like I said, I'm going to do some giveaways, so make sure you comment, like, and share my video. And I will see you next Tuesday for another fun new product that I've just got to play with. It's just arrived, and I will share that with you next week. So see you next Tuesday. Bye!